let's see what I got for the bike.
Let's open it up. We got something from Amazon, obviously. Do this one-handed. I got it. All right. The Goldfire Universal Motorcycle Windshield. It's adjustable. Take a look at what it looks like. Oh, wow. Even give you some gloves. That's, I guess, useful. That's pretty much what it looks like. So, this piece right there clamps to the existing windshield. This quick release then allows this whole thing to slide up and down. Let's take it out of the box completely, get it partially assembled, and then I'll show you how I'm going to install it on the bike. Mounting hardware, quick release, piece that actually attaches to the windshield, some nice aluminum. Looks like it was that machined? Can't quite tell. Must have been, right? And then the actual plexiglass. Put this over here. There it is. Hand for scale, Garmin watch for scale. So it's not huge, but really, when we look at my helmet, I have right here, the air is hitting me like right there. And that's with the existing windshield. So with this, I imagine that will extend it. I can probably deflect this up and down, which should clear the bill right here, which on rides cause my head to go back and forth. Especially if I go to check a blind spot, my head gets whipped to the right or the left. So let's install it, and then we'll take it out for a test ride. Alright, first things first, you take these little metal pieces that came with the kit, you insert it into the square like so. Boom. Now that's in there. Then you're going to insert these pieces into this piece. And alright, contrary to the directions where it has this extended piece on the bottom, clearly the indentation for it is on the top. This top little piece right here actually has two little indents that fit into these tiny little holes right there. And this is what the final piece looks like. Now let's head to the garage and put this on the windshield. So first order of business is to try on the glove, only to realize that it doesn't quite fit, a little bit tight. So I'm going to ditch these and I'll just wipe down that after I'm done, so there are no fingerprints on it. Not that it really matters. Alrighty, so this is just going to slide on the center, close to the center as you can get it, like so. And this is removable, so if I don't like it, I don't have to ride with the attachment on. I could put that in a backpack, and then I just have the clip there. Maybe it can be useful for something else. That looks about center. I'm going to measure it just with a tape measure to make sure, and we'll get to cranking. So we got it centered. I'm going to use this provided Allen key to just tighten these a little bit. That way it won't be moving around on me while I'm installing the actual windshield. Boom. Not going anywhere. I'll tighten up the bottom two screws in a bit. Alright, I've got the piece threaded. There's a washer on this side of this piece and on this side, so you can actually kind of see it right there. Just make sure that each side has its respective washer, and we'll tighten it down. Alrighty, I did end up taking off the windshield. In Africa Twin, you just loosen these bolts. You don't need to remove them altogether. And then you actually pull down. If you can see, let's see, right there, there's that whole thing. Actually, it's probably easier to show you on this side. But it's almost like a ratchet pin lock thing. where you just kind of lock in the windshield into that groove. So super easy. Just to get the last couple screws underneath where the Allen key was struggling to get to. It's installed. Now let's take it out for a spin and see how it handles. Should be a lot better. That's a significant increase in windshield height. Pretty much exactly what I needed. So we are going to test out. Make sure my kickstand's up. Yep. So we're going to test out the windscreen. As you can see, I said I was going to ride before installing it, but I got lazy, figured just do the whole thing in my garage. Luckily the thing comes off pretty easily up here, so that'll be a good representation of the noise. The mic, you can see right here, is along my chin. You probably can't see it, but that's where it is. And we'll see how the wind buffeting is. So take one, go up and down the highway for a second, come back, install it, and see the change. And that's odd. My check engine light's on. So, a lot of wind hitting me, a little bit noisy. Hopefully the mic's picking this up. My biggest complaint about the windshield is that it's not adjustable. I know the Adventure Sport has an adjustable windshield. I know that there are a couple of things out there where you can slide it up and down. But they're very expensive. Like for that bracket to slide the windshield up and down is like, it's over $100. It's like $160, I believe, which is too much. But, I guess you're paying a premium. So noisy, noisy, noisy. We're just going to go up a little bit and then turn around. A little unbearable, especially without ear protection. You can drop down, it's actually kind of nice, but up a little bit too much. We'll get back off. While we're waiting for this light, I need to investigate that check engine light. I've got 1,478 miles on this thing, and shouldn't have a check engine. We'll get to the bottom of that. Even right now, good amount of wind noise. It'd be manageable on a commute, but it is definitely noticeable. Hopefully this thing that I got on Amazon, link in the description below, will help with that. I'm not very good at this motovlogging stuff. I hope to get better, so give me some suggestions on things you guys want to talk about. Now to reinstall this. Let's drop that in there like that. hopefully you guys can pick this up. Just easy to install, easy to take off. Once it's on, I'll show you a couple of things about it and then we'll be off. Alright, so I gotta set it so that it's loose enough to adjust. Got it set up so I can easily tilt it, but it shouldn't deflect back. It says tallest setting. You can drop it down to here, but let's try it up here. For off-road, I'll probably just deflect it like that, so it's not gonna give me the guillotine effect. That way I can stand over and it's not like my neck's not gonna go into that. Keep it like that and we'll see how it works. Alrighty, let's give it a shot. So far, a little bit of an improvement. Honestly, not as much as I thought it was going to be. Well, the real test will be the highway. I can already tell the wind doesn't catch my visor as much, so I can move my head, not a whole lot. It's very noticeable right off the bat. Let's see. Alright, this might have been a mistake, but we'll hop on the other direction. Not have to deal with this traffic. That way we can get a little bit of a highway cruise, do the real test. Alright, some clear air. Noticeably better. I don't know if it picks it up on the camera. But it is much better. Still noisy. Mostly from the tires. If you can hear the tires, that whistling, that humming noise is all from the tires. But at least my head isn't bouncing back and forth, and those clicks are my backpack straps hitting my helmet, which I will have to figure out something along those, how to solve for those. Yeah, that's a little bit much. That's a big improvement. So Honda Africa Twin owners, if you need to deal with the buffeting on the highway, this windshield is definitely one of the options that you should consider. One of the issues I had was the helmet would be pushed around left and right, especially at highway speeds, and that did not happen just now. Now, one of the risks here is that this bracket could cause the windshield to crack. We will see if that happens. There are the rubber footings, as you can see on the attachment bracket. It should help with that, so the pressure is off the main plexiglass. If that happens, I'll replace it, I guess. I'll have no choice. One thing I also realized is that off-road, that thing might bounce around quite a bit. So it is almost November. Off-road season is pretty close to being done. So I guess that's a test for next season. I'll give you a status update. It'll probably show up in one of my videos, but we'll find out. Oh yeah, night and day. This is manageable. This is definitely manageable. Yeah, curious. Comments below, like, is this camera angle good? Is the audio good? Like, I don't know these things. I'm building a plane in my garage, which is a static item. Now we're moving on to moving items, and then I need to figure out a setup for my Jeep. That's easy though. I got a lot of surfaces to mount to. So remember, link in the description. Remember to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. So, just picked up the bike from Peak Honda World in Littleton. And they diagnosed the ECM issue, the check engine light. It turned out to be a faulty wire on the 3-pin connector going to the ECU. So, no word on what would have caused that. But, you asked me, it looks like it would have been a manufacturing assembly issue. And yeah, you know, the Peak Honda, the guy, can't remember his name, but he said parts and labor, so just labor, $290, but because it was an internal issue, it is covered by warranty. So, of course, free. You know, the bike's from July. I think I have a year warranty for this thing. And that takes you to the next thing. You'll notice that after all my talk about installing the windshield, it is still my biggest complaint. However, the actual item moved around too much, so I decided to remove it. It was bouncing around like this. I kept thinking about taking this thing off-road and how much it shakes around. And I just thought that would be a lot of pressure on the windshield, especially for a bike that's going off-road. Didn't want to end up with a cracked short windshield. So I bit the bullet, and I bought a OEM Honda Africa Twin high windshield. So yes, there will be the alien head look. It might feel like it's going to decapitate me when we're off-road. I think I'm just gonna have to live with it, because I'd much rather deal with better wind buffeting, better wind protection than on the highway. Better wind protection on the highway, getting to the trails that I like to ride, and then dealing with the decapitation issue, even though it probably wouldn't, it would crack, right? If I went over the handlebars, the thing would probably rip off. Let's be real. Hopefully that never happens, knock on wood. Decided to go with the OEM Honda Africa Twin windshield, and I think it's the right decision. It's lighter, it's designed for the bike with better wind protection. It's not gonna just sit there and vibrate with a chunk of aluminum sitting at the top. Hopefully that means it won't crack. I'm gonna keep this as a backup if I know I'm just gonna be doing like local trails. Like, I'll swap them out. The hardware is really easy. The whole thing just drops down, and you push the new windshield up. So yeah, not worried about it. If you like the solution that I bought from Amazon, the link is in the description below. I do get a little commission off of it, so if you buy, it does help out the channel. And if you don't, then that's fine. It's your bike, or not your bike, right? You can do whatever you want to it. I figured I would try and do a creative solution to an issue that I was having. I've learned that it wasn't really going to be the best solution for me. And yeah, spent money fixing it. So I'm gonna cut to the installation of the new windshield. You know what, while we're here, let's do a little 0 to 60 test. All right, here goes nothing. So that's 0 to 60. Popping the time up right now. There's a big user component to that, like slipping the clutch and you know, feeling that grab point. I got some work to do. That didn't even feel very good to me, but it is still fast. So for those of you wondering, that's your 0 to 60 time on a 2021 base Africa Twin. With a manual transmission. Of course, the DCT would probably do that a lot better than me. For your viewing pleasure. Come on, look, a Honda Africa Twin tall windscreen. So let's go through the install and then we'll call it a day. The tall windscreen came with a bunch of stuff. Looks like 2 extra bolts and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra attachment pieces. So I guess we'll just replace all the hardware and see what happens. Next step, take off these. So we're going to be reusing these bolts. This. And so each bolt has a plastic washer, and a rubber washer. You can see one got stuck right there. So imagine on this one, plastic washer still in the bolt, it goes through the hole like that. So we'll make sure we keep all those as well. You'll just assemble it, plastic, then rubber, and then each one of these gets the supplied plastic washer like that. Right over the end. It is a very tight fit, so just be patient with it. It should fit just like that, and you just push it down. You have to do this for all 6 of them. This is not a quick change thing. I mean, the windshield itself is, but you would need extra bolts, which I might do. Those are all set up. Move these older ones out of the way. I'll save those for later. Let's get these on the windscreen. Alright, all the rubber pieces are installed. Now let's slide this on and tighten it down. Line up all the holes. Shut. Not too bad. It's really not that bad. It's not that noticeable. Oh, before I forget, it does come with a little deflector, so let's install that as well. So this deflector just sits right on top of this, like so, and it will help guide the air around everything. So I'm gonna clean that off with some soap and water, make sure it's nice and dry before attaching it, because that is an adhesive. This, who knows how long this will last, but you know, came with the kit, so might as well use it. Do it one more time. If that falls off, then oh well. And there we have it. Installed. Kind of hard to see. Let's look at it from this side. That's what the view is. Oh, and standing up, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. So, there you have it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video, whenever that is. I'm trying to put these out weekly. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have any feedback on things you want to see done, let me know. As far as modifications to the bike, the last thing that I'm looking to do is add an aftermarket skid plate. I'm looking at the Alt Rider. But if you, you know, I want to do trips. You know, it's turning to winter, so it might be limited. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, because I'm happy to give it a shot. Sometimes it'll work out, sometimes it won't. See ya!